Welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you're an IT support engineer running macOS Sonoma and you're still relying on a mouse to navigate your system, you are literally leaking precious time. Today, we're going to completely rewire how you interact with your Mac and seriously upgrade your workflow.
Because hey, we've all been there, right? You've got 20 tabs open in your browser, maybe 6 different applications running, and then bam, a critical Slack message comes in. And while you're slowly clicking around, hunting for that right window, minimizing, maximizing, the seconds are just ticking away. It's a highly relatable pain, but here's the thing, it's completely avoidable.
Okay, let's dive into this. Research actually shows that workers jump between different apps up to 25 times a day. All that context switching, moving your eyes, grabbing the mouse, finding the icon, clicking, it can drain up to 40% of your productivity. 40%. That is a massive loss of focus.
So we're looking at a real contrast here. The slow, context-breaking way of mouse hunting versus the ultra-fast, keyboard-driven mental model. We're going to build a system using Spotlight, your keyboard, and hot corners that's going to let you solve complex IT incidents in seconds. Literally.
Section 1. Spotlight Search Mastery.
Now, if you think Spotlight is just some simple file finder, it's time to rethink that. It's actually a universal command line interface built right into your Mac. Just hitting Command and Spacebar unlocks some serious superpowers. Sure, you can launch apps instantly without touching the dock. We all know that. But did you know you can do complex math right in line? And it even respects the order of operations. So, 60 minus 25 times 2. It correctly gives you 10. Need to convert 100 USD to Canadian dollars? Just type it in. Or, looking for a specific invoice? Type kind PDF to instantly filter out all the noise. Doing all this right from Spotlight prevents you from having to open a web browser for simple tasks, which, let's be honest, protects you from falling down a distraction rabbit hole.
Section 2. Ditching the mouse.
To truly scale your efficiency, your hands physically need to stay on the home row of your keyboard as much as possible. And here's your essential toolkit to make that happen. Command Tab, you probably know, lets you cycle through your open apps. But the real secret weapon? Command Backtick. That's the little key right above Tab. This one cycles through multiple windows of the exact same app. Real game changer. Then we've got F3 or Control Up for mission control, showing you all your open windows at once. Control Down triggers App Expose. And finally, Command Shift 4 lets you instantly capture a specific screenshot selection. Now, what's really interesting about this is App Expose. Think about when you have, say, multiple SSH terminal sessions open. Instead of visually digging through a totally cluttered screen, hitting Control Down isolates and displays only the terminal windows. You can instantly, visually identify the exact session you need. It is an absolute diagnostic lifesaver.
Section 3. Quick Look Previews.
So, this solves the huge friction of waiting for heavy applications to open up just to verify what's inside a file. Enter Quick Look. This is basically the ultimate 1-second preview feature. By simply selecting a file and tapping the spacebar, you get a full-size preview of logs, PDFs, images in under a second. You don't have to launch the native app at all. It's fantastic. And it has some brilliant advanced tricks too. You just tap the spacebar to open and close it. Need a closer look? Hit Option spacebar for instant full screen. Selecting a bunch of files and pressing Command Return gives you this really beautiful index grid view. But the absolute best part, if you're looking for a specific error in a massive folder of screenshots or log files, just open Quick Look and use your down arrow to seamlessly flip through the folder contents without ever closing the preview. It is so smooth.
Section 4. Mastering Virtual Desktops and Hot Corners. Let's shift our focus to the macro level for a second, compartmentalizing your entire work environment. Think of your Mac as having multiple monitors, even if you're just working on a single laptop screen. You really want to compartmentalize your workflow. Keep your monitoring tools like Grafana on one virtual desktop, your communications like Slack on another, and your terminal workspace on a third. Using Control and the left or right arrow keys, you can instantly snap your entire view between these distinct spaces. No overlapping windows, no mess.
Let's see how this builds. To navigate these spaces effortlessly, we use passive mouse triggers known as hot corners. You set this up by opening System Settings, heading to Desktop and Dock, and clicking Hot Corners down at the bottom. You can assign an action, like Mission Control, to a specific corner of your screen.
But wait, here is the pro tip that literally changes everything.
The classic annoyance of hot corners is accidentally triggering them when you're just casually moving your mouse around, right? Well, as one of our sources points out, if you press and hold a modifier key like Command or Option while selecting the action in Settings, it requires you to hold that specific key while moving the mouse to the corner. It totally transforms a passive, accident-prone trigger into a highly intentional, lightning-fast command. Pure genius.
Section 5. The 60-Second Challenge.
So, the crucial point is, how does this all come together when the pressure is really on? Let's run through a high-stakes scenario using everything we've just covered. Imagine this. At 0 seconds, you receive a critical Slack alert. At 10 seconds, instead of hunting around for a window, you hit Control-right arrow to instantly snap to your dedicated terminal desktop. Boom! At 25 seconds, you run a logql query, spot the issue, and hit Command-Tab to jump straight into Chrome. By 45 seconds, you're looking at the Sentry error and hit Command-Shift-4 to grab a targeted screenshot. And at exactly 60 seconds, you paste that screenshot directly into a Jira ticket. You've just triaged a critical alert in 1 minute flat, and your hand never once had to touch the mouse.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer, and I really want to leave you with this. If you can handle a high-stakes IT incident in under 60 seconds without ever touching a mouse, what else could you automate in your workday? Implement this frictionless senior engineer setup right now and just see how much time you get back. Thanks for joining me, and keep exploring.